Namaste Gurukulians. Again I am here in front of you with my video on the same topic, the subject verb agreement. On the same topic I have made a video. In that video some rules are left, and in this video we will complete all the leftover rules, and we will start with either or and neither nor. These are pair conjunctions, and if a sentence starts with either or and neither nor, the verb always agrees with the subject nearest to it. Look at the board, you will understand it in a much better way. The first, neither the teacher nor the student, students are responsible for this. Neither the teacher nor the student are responsible for this. The teacher, this is a singular subject, only single teacher. The students is a plural subject, that's why it requires a plural verb. The second one is either my sister or his mother is dancing. Now, in this sentence, my sister, this is also a singular subject. His mother is also a singular subject, and is, if the subject is singular, that's why singular verb is used. So, what's the rule? If a sentence is connected with either or neither nor, the verb always agrees with the subject nearest to it. I am going to write the rule on the board. If a sentence is connected with neither nor or either or, the verb always agrees with the subject nearest to it. Which is the nearest? There are two subjects in the sentences. The first one is the teacher, the second one is the student, and the verb always agrees with the students because students is a plural subject. His mother is a singular subject, that's why verb is also singular. And one more thing I want to tell you about either and neither. Either and neither are always taken as singular subject when they are used without or and nor. When they are used without or and nor, they are always taken as singular subjects. Like, you will understand it with the examples, with the help of example. Either neither of you is responsible enough to handle it. Neither of you is responsible enough to handle it. Means if neither is used in the sentence without nor, then the verb always will be singular. So these are the rules about neither nor and either or. Now we will discuss about the rules of collective nouns. Collective nouns I am going to discuss with you. Collective nouns. Collective nouns. Collective nouns. The first example of collective noun is like the crowd is enjoying the excitement in the game. Collective noun is always taken as singular subjects. They always taken as singular subject, like the family. The family is ecstatic at the news. Secondly, the jury has given its decision unanimously. The jury has given its decision unanimously. So you can see the crowd. Crowd is a collective noun. Crowd is a collective noun. The family. Family also involves lots of members. This is also collective noun. Jury. Jury means a group of judges. So it is also collective noun. But the verb is always used singular. It always requires it always demands a singular verb with it. The crowd is. Why not are? Because collective noun is always used as a singular. Got it? And the second one is, there are some pairs of collective nouns, some phrases of collective nouns. There are some phrases of collective nouns which the phrases are like the pack of wolves, the pack of dogs, pride of lions, and a ship of a school for the fishes. So this type of phrases always takes a singular verb. I am going to write it on the board. You will understand in a much better way. Like a pack of wolves, a herd of sheep, pride of lions, a school of fish. Now, the first example is a herd of sheep always moves together. So, a herd of sheep. In this herd, there are lots of sheep, but the verb always use singular. Move is the plural verb, but when we use s behind it, it becomes singular. Moves is a singular verb. So that's why it requires a singular verb, because collective nouns always requires a singular verb. Like a school of fishes always hides from the big fishes. A school of fishes always hides. Hides is also a singular verb, because hide is a plural verb. When we add s behind it, it becomes singular. So collective noun always takes a singular verb. I think the topic, the rules about collective nouns has been clear to you. Now we will go to the next rule. Next rule is about the use of none. The use of none. What is, first of all, the use of none. The use of none. None. This word is always taken as singular, but when it is used alone. When it is used adding with a phrase of, with it always takes a singular and plural verbs. It can take both singular and plural verb depending on the sense of the sentence. Look at the board. None. It always takes singular verb when it is used alone, but it always takes singular verb when it is used alone. But look at the board. None plus of the plus singular subject plus singular verb. Same is the case. None plus of the plus plural subject plus plural verb plus plural verb. I will give you some examples. Examples are, the first example is none of the teacher wants failure. None of the teacher wants failure for the students. None of the teacher wants failure for the students. Wants is a singular verb. None of the. I have written the rule on the board. None. First of all, none is here. Of the is here. Then singular subject and singular wants. Wants is a singular verb. Singular verb because S has been used after the root verb want. And the second example is none of the student want to fail. None of the student want to fail. Now want is a singular verb here because S and es has not been used behind it. So this is the rules about none. Now come to the next rules. The rules are about some nouns. The rules are about some nouns like scissors and thongs, trousers, eyeglasses. So these nouns are always scissors, thongs and eyeglasses. This type of nouns are always used in plural sense. Always taken in plural sense. Pants, jeans, trousers, shorts. This type of nouns are always taken as a plural. So I am going to make you understand by giving some examples like scissor. Scissors. Because when you look at this noun, S is already given at the end of the last word is S, and student always remain confused because S is given, so they always want to have it in plural. But no, this is incorrect. How you understand it? Scissor always requires a plural verb, and when it is used in a pair of scissors, then it requires a singular verb. You need to understand that. Scissor. These scissors are useless. These scissors are useless. R is given because this noun is always taken in plural, and when you take it in singular, I will give you example. This pair of scissors is useless. So you need to understand when the phrase a pair of has been added in the beginning of the sentence, in front of this noun, a pair of has been added, a pair of, this pair of shoes, this pair of scissors, this pair of shoes, this pair of trousers, this pair of pants has been added before it. So it always requires a singular verb. And like your eyeglasses are useless, or you can say dirty. Your eyeglasses are dirty. So eyeglasses always taken in plural sense. That's why our plural verb is taken with it. Now come to next. Some like physics, politics, because as is given at the end of these nouns, and in my previous video I have also discussed these nouns and given the examples. Now come to the next rule. The next rule is about the use of. Next rule is about if a sentence begins with here and there. If a sentence begins with here and there, so how to use the verb? We will use singular verb. It always requires singular and plural verb. Plural verb. See the examples. The first example is there is a pond near the house. There is a pond near the house. So there it always requires a singular verb, and here are my documents on the table. Now here are my documents. It depends on the sense of the sentence. Because the sentences begins with here and there, they are different in structure. And what's the rule to make? Here, there, plus verb plus subject. The sentences begins with here and there, so verb always comes before the subject. In this type of sentences, verb always comes before the subject. The candies are on the table. Now the candies are on the table. Table is the subject in this, and verb is are. So this is the rule: here, there, plus verb plus subject, because they are different in structure. And now I am going to teach you the rule in which a sentence begin with gerund and infinitive. So how to use the verb before gerund and infinitive? This is very simple to understand. Just keep looking at the board. The sentences when gerund and infinitive, when gerund and infinitive, are used as a subject, when gerund and infinitive are used as a subject, the verb always will be singular. The verb always will be singular. Look at the examples. Example: swimming, swimming is a good exercise. Swimming is a good exercise. Swimming in the sentence is used as a gerund. So that's why verb always is singular. And the second is to act is human. To act is human means the sentence begins with infinitive and the verb always is singular. So this is the rule about gerund and infinitive. And so my dear students, this is all from my side, and in this video I try to touch every rule which I can for you. Thanks and have a nice day.